So, for the final time today, I have returned to do the next episode of Shouwa Genroku Rakugo Shinjuu. Can't pronounce that word. Sukeroku Futatabi-hen, been episode 3 now, and as we know, it's getting pretty interesting right now, I'd say. Like, the actual way this actual anime is progressing, it's getting really freaking interesting. Like, it really kind of gets into the heart of change and not wanting something to disappear, and at the same time having to adapt to new times and adapting to new kind of tastes and everything else in between. It's actually really freaking interesting. And as well, it's the one thing that's kind of really looming over the horizon is Yakumo's character. It's kind of the character that really is kind of present, and he's kind of sucking the life out of it, but at the same time doesn't actually kind of corrupt it. But at the same time, I'm guessing his health is probably to turn for the worse, because by the previews we've got for this week's episode, it don't look good for Yakumo, which is kind of freaking depressing. So I actually have no idea whether or not he might, in theory, we might lose him at the end of the series, or might lose him midway through, and something else happens in between, like we get this new change. I don't know, but I'm actually interested to find out. I need to check something very quickly. Or not actually, but yeah, I mean, it's gonna be depressing to lose him, because he's an amazing character. Like, he has quite a lot going with him that I actually quite like about him. But I feel like it's an inevitable thing to happen to kind of advance the kind of plot and see what else happens in between. Because now it'd be interesting to see what would happen afterwards if that were to actually occur. Like, hypothetically speaking, I want to say it's going to occur, and it won't occur, but it might be interesting to see what the actual kind of effects are. Anyhow, without further delay, let's actually get a show on the road, because I talked for too long before the episode start. But anyway, yeah, this anime is going down a very freaking interesting route. Like, it's not in any way, shape, or form very, very formal kind of show I've watched in my lifetime. It's actually really freaking good because of it. So yes, without further delay, let's start the stream in 3, 2, 1. Let's begin now. So we thought it was going towards Konatsuki in the episode, wasn't he? That's what I remember. Because now he has to actually find his own Rakugo. That was one of the things that was to know about it. Also, kind of like the fact they actually are maximizing their time with this series as well. They're kind of taking out the actual opening and allowing the actual anime to take center stage of it. Even if the opening's amazing, I kind of like that. I love how he actually embodies Yakumo's character. I think it's amazing. He actually does an impression so freaking damn well. It's actually really uncanny. But I kind of like last week's episode as well because it had a really nice message about the past. Like, it had a really freaking nice message. I thought it was actually really neat how it's actually done. This show should be watched by so many goddamn people. It's such a nice show. It's one of those shows that just comes once in a while. The baby's so goddamn cute. Like, that baby is just way too cute. Too freaking cute. There goes Yoto as well. My boy. Oh, he's getting some stuff now, isn't he? That was weird. Control just stopped. There's a thing from last week as well. It was shown right at the end. The plant. So the thing with the plant. Even though the shots are shot reverse shot kind of thing, they all seem to be kind of nice in their own way. It doesn't seem to be boring, if you get what I mean. That's one thing I actually quite liked about it is the fact that the shots themselves, though they appear to be boring, aren't. There's my boy. There's my boy. I like Yotaro so much. I think he's an amazing character. I love his progression as the anime went on. That he did. You did promise him that you wouldn't die before him. Even though he's a self-righteous kind of person, that, as the boss says, I kind of like the fact he doesn't kind of give up on what he wants to kind of accomplish either. You see it to the bitter end. And like how also the actual tattoo pierces through. It's a really good animation as well. God damn, Studio Dean. That's pretty cool. Again, you gotta love him. That's what I always say. I love him so much. He brings a tear to my eye, the good old dude. I kind of like the fact that sometimes the Rakugo actually bleeds into reality. I think it's really freaking neat. Because it kind of keeps the whole entire motif alive. You know, even as a story, it kind of mends itself into reality as well. I think it's one of the more neater things this anime could have done. And even though practically everything else is like top tier anyway, but still, you get what I mean. I want those dogs one day. That's really cute as well. I love him as well. Oh god, we're at the end of the episode already. I can't get past the fact all I can hear in his voice is Katsura. God damn it, the PD's got me worried. I thought something's going to happen to Yakumo, but I guess it's more of his age, isn't it, than anything else. That just got me straight in the feels just then. Holy crap, you're getting a time skip. Oh boy, that episode was good. That episode was fantastic. Damn it, is there ever one episode of this anime which isn't good? There isn't. That's the answer. Every single episode is just fan-bloody-tastic. God dang it. I think this one more just centered on Yotoru's kind of character more than anything. That's the kind of thing we got most. It's centered on him, how he's progressed since back in the day to now, really, when you think about it. And inadvertently, in his rant with the big boss, the big cheese himself, he inadvertently found his own Rakugo. And I was like, you know what's actually pretty impressive. I actually quite like that, because again, that's one thing he needed to find his own one. Actually kind of harness it and actually kind of progress for the future. And actually now he's found it, we might see some more cool things with him now. So hopefully we actually get that. But just the end of it with Yakumo kind of inhabiting Sukeroku was so freaking cool, because it just reminds me he's not gone. And it brings so much happiness to me, because again, he was an amazing character. I adored him. I loved him. To see him go was heart-wrenching. So keeping him alive through Rakugo, through the kind of mannerisms, and actually bringing it to life through there, it's just so fantastic. It's unbelievably amazing, because oh man, he's such a cool character. My heart died when I saw him go. That last episode with him was just the most adorable. Not the most adorable thing, sorry, god damn it, my brain was not working. Well, to be honest, his character was adorable during that last section, because he did actually kind of want to live on with his family, but still, it was kind of heart-wrenching nonetheless. But still, now it kind of fills me with a little bit more glee for the future of this show, because now I know that he's found his own Rakugo, so he actually might be able to find his own footing, and actually might be able to progress for the future. But at the same time, I'm kind of sitting here wondering what's going to happen to Rakugo as a whole. Will it survive where it is right now? Because again, it's the ever-looming thing, the ever-looming theme of the show is the idea of change and how it's actually progressing as time goes on. So whether or not it might just kind of change to a point after we lose Yakumo, I'm not too sure. But that's the same thing again, because the PV, as I said before, got me worried for Yakumo's health, because again, the PV kind of painted it to look like as if he was in trouble, like in the sense, oh my freaking god, something's gonna happen to him. I don't want anything bad to happen to him. Please don't. But how it all played out, it wasn't like that. I was kind of like, okay, so that gives me some sort of area of kind of ease that I won't see him go just yet. But I'm kind of sitting here wondering, what would happen if he does? What's the future hold for us as an audience and as the anime itself? What will we see? Will we see? I can't even speak. Will we see that change? I'm not too sure. But again, we have to kind of just center on Yotoru's character. I say his name correctly. Sorry. Yeah, we've got to center on him, because fracking hell, that scene of him just ranting was amazing. I just loved how Studio Dean presented it, because it was amazing, because it just did that sweep around shot. At the same time, it kind of, that him getting thrown into the pool was the best thing, because it allowed for the actual past that he had there to still be present in the scene, in essence, because the whole entire thing of his past always being there was kind of freaking awesome, because it's one of those things that he's always got it there. He's got to build beyond it, and he's actually slowly doing it. He's actually becoming better as a person because of it. And I think it was great it being there, because it just reminds you who he was before and where he is now, and how much he's actually changed. That's what I kind of like. If you keep those motifs, it's actually pretty freaking cool, because it just shows you the character progression, like just in an instant of individual direction. It just shows you, yes, this character like was that before, but look where he is now, and it's kind of freaking cool. It's one of those things that I like when the studios do it, because it's a clear progression of a character. Yeah, it's very blatant, don't get me wrong, but it still is a very clear progression. It's also very, very, very freaking amazing character progression as well, because again, we saw him beginning of the series, and now we see him now, like he's a completely different person. He's one of those can't say the word, god damn it. One of those people that doesn't give up. He continues. He believes in what he believes in, and he will actually always scream it to heavens. And the main thing is, he really does care for Konatsu. That's what I love about him. He actually does care. He's very much at the core a very, very good person. That's what I kind of like about him. That's why that scene with them together towards the, excuse me, my throat's going a bit weird. Yeah, that scene with them together at the end or towards the end was amazing, because you can see the chemistry between them. It was very much apparent. It's very much amazing as well, because they just belong together, if you get what I mean. They're like two peas in a pod when you think about it. It's actually really freaking nice, and just to kind of see them just get closer and closer, it's so nice. It's one of those things I just kind of love it, because again, they deserve each other. They work together well. I like them. I just love he's such a family man. Though it's not technically his son, he's gonna take the mantle up anyway. He's like, that's my son. I'm gonna look after him. I don't care if he doesn't look like me. I'm just gonna look after him. I'm like, boy, you do it for me. You're freaking awesome. I love you. Because he keeps the idea of Sukeroku alive for a person as well. It's a major thing. He keeps him alive through him as well. Because again, like he every single thing we saw with Sukeroku last season, the one thing that was kind of present was his idea of family. In essence, him giving up everything to live with his family. In essence, that very last scene with them kind of him alive, it showed you just there and then. He's a family person. He would give up Rakugo, the thing he adores, to be with his family. And I like how the fact is it's still present through Yotoru's character. How he is family. Yes, he doesn't want to give up Rakugo just yet, don't get me wrong. It's not that kind of level. But still, it's present through him. He still keeps the idea alive, the idea of a family man, the idea of this I adore person. I actually quite love him, because again, you can see back in the day, he did love Konatsu as well. And it was depressing when we saw him go. And I love how now Yotoru loves not his legitimate son. I think it's actually kind of cool, Shin-chan. But man, and even at the end, kind of hearing Sukeroku's kind of Rakugo be be spoken through Yotoru was even cooler as well, because again, it's that thing that we kind of get as the time goes on, is the parallels between him and Sukeroku is very much present. It's actually very much one of the foundations of the series. I actually quite like it as well, because it's very much evident that he's kind of sort of very similar towards him. That's what I kind of like about him, because he doesn't really feel like Sukeroku's gone because of Yotoru. Because Yotoru wasn't there, I would imagine he's gone. He would be gone. Like he could feel that absence there, but because Yotoru's there, it kind of fills that absence, and it's kind of nice. There's a major thing I quite like about it. It's nice because I don't want to see him go. To kind of see him live on through Yotoru, it's even cooler. Just that last thing we got Yakumo as well. Just it was nice, because again, just to kind of see him just embody that whole entire performance was amazing as well, because he does it like a master. He is literally like Sukeroku. It's really kind of scary. It's also really freaking awesome as well. I just love it. Just this series, freaking hell, this series is so phenomenal. God damn it. Like, there's not been one episode so far that has not been bad. I mean, there hasn't been one episode this whole entire series that's been bad. Every single episode of the series is just one up the previous one. This episode was no different. I mean, the visual direction. You know, Dane, I don't give you props very often for visual direction, but freaking hell, you pulled it out this week. I love you. But yeah, one can only hope the series continues in this vein, because if it does, I give it props. I give it the awards. I give it all the praise, because freaking hell, season 1 was phenomenal. Season 2 looks even better. So yes, with all that bloody said, I have indeed been the driver. If you have enjoyed my ramblings about this series, then do leave a like, because indeed, it does help me quite a bit. If you haven't enjoyed what I do here, and you just want to stay an extra bit longer because you like what I do, then do leave a sub, because indeed, it does help me quite a bit. You know, when my streams go live, you join the absolute big family that's very much present right now. We're about 1,126 last time I checked. So if you want to be at 1,127th subscriber, then do leave a sub, because you know my streams go live and everything else in between that subscribers get to know if YouTube does not mark up, because YouTube does tend to mark up. So if you don't see my streams, what I will say is check my Twitter. That tends to kind of put it on there most of the time. I think it's the only place that everyone ever gets to know when my streams go live. So yes, until next time, which will be tomorrow with, I think, rewrite, what's it called? I'm a free guts in a line. I think also I might do ACCA tomorrow. I think that's what I'm going to do tomorrow, because I'm going to catch up on that series. So yes, until then, I shall see you guys later. Bye for